I'm Davy, and I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Movies, where I recommend and review an awesome B-rated cult flicks for you guys to enjoy. And being that it's the holidays, and last week I gave you the holiday classic of Silent Night, Deadly Night, how about we follow that up with a little Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. This movie came out 3 years after the first one in 1987, was directed by Lee Harry, also written by Lee Harry, Joseph H. Earl, Lawrence Applebaum, and Danny Peterson, and was based on characters created by Paul Kamey and Michael Hickey, the writers from the first movie. The movie opens with Ricky Caldwell, the younger brother of Billy from the first movie, and he's all grown up and in a mental prison. And he's smoking! As Ricky and the guard are staring each other down for a couple of minutes while the guard is also setting up recording equipment, Dr. Bloom comes in.
I told you to get out!
Dr. Bloom is a psychiatrist who is there to examine Billy and determine whether or not he is in a fit state of mind to actually deserve the death penalty or to stay in a mental prison. And the first question he asks Ricky is who killed his parents.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, Ricky, we know. We saw the last movie. Then Ricky just starts recapping the beginning of the first movie.
I don't know what made him stop.
That's because he was a baby. Now, they did make this movie in mind thinking that most of the people who were going to see this movie had not seen the first movie because, again, had a very limited release, it was very low budget, didn't do very well, got pulled out of theaters because, again, it was controversial in 1984 to have somebody dressed up as Santa Claus killing people. So, basically at this point, Ricky just starts recapping the story of the first movie for 40 minutes, giving all the highlights of what happened, all the way up to the end. So in the spirit of that, I'm just gonna play the review from last week. Hi, I'm Davy, and I'm awesome, and welcome to Davy's Awesome Movies. I'm just kidding, I won't do that. After Ricky is done telling the psychiatrist the whole story of the first movie...
They closed the orphanage after that.
You bet.
Well, I would hope so. I also hope they investigated Mother Superior. They didn't. Ricky says, though, that he was adopted after the orphanage was closed down. Guess by who?
The Rosenbergs.
Yes, a Jewish couple. So they wouldn't have to worry about Ricky freaking out during Christmas. Which the logic is not really there, because, yeah, they don't celebrate Christmas, but that doesn't mean Christmas isn't going to happen anyway. The only problem is, Ricky isn't afraid of Christmas, he's afraid of this. Yes, nuns. He's terrified of nuns, which is because of what he went through. Certainly not because of movies or anything. This hadn't come out yet. Then again, that didn't need to come out because most of us in my generation were afraid of nuns because we saw this. Ricky tells Dr. Bloom how the Rosenbergs gave him a nice stable environment for about 5 years until Mr. Rosenberg died. Then Ricky goes into the story of when he was a teenager and he liked to walk through the backwoods near where he lived. And while he was taking a stroll, he saw a couple having a little picnic, and it was nice. Until the guy started trying to rape the girl.
Naughty.
After the girl kicked him in his,
Captain Winky!
he decided to get another beer.
I'm getting a beer, but I'll be back.
Because apparently attempted rape gets you a little parched. But at his Jeep, yes, he runs him over, then backs up, and runs him over again. Backs over him again, runs over him again. Backs over him again, and runs him over again. And back.
Thank you.
At least the attempted rape victim in this movie knows how to be appreciative. Next, Ricky talks about when he was all grown up, got his first job, was taking the trash out, and noticed a loan shark beating the crap out of somebody who owed him money and threatening to kill him the next day. So Ricky gets an umbrella. Yeah! And as luck would have it, so at least when the coroner finds the corpse, it'll be nice and dry. Because nobody likes a wet, dead body. Then Dr. Bloom asks Ricky to tell him about Jennifer. So, a little hesitant, Ricky starts to tell him about Jennifer, how they met, fell in love,
She was a knockout.
the fact that she was so beautiful, their first time getting intimate.
That was my first time. I thought it was Jennifer's too.
Yeah, that girl. I'm sure that was her first time, Ricky. Later, Ricky takes her to a movie. By the way, Ricky, if a girl sleeps with you before you take her to the movies, it wasn't her first time.
You know, I really like you, Ricky. You're different. I don't know what it is.
He's psycho. That's what's different about him. He's psycho. Then we see the movie they're watching.
I'm holding you up.
Yes, somehow they're watching Silent Night, Deadly Night. I don't know how that works, but okay. Ricky gets up and leaves because of some loud, obnoxious guy in the movie theater. The movie theater that is about the size of my living room. And then Chip enters. Chip is Jennifer's ex-boyfriend.
You stood me up. You cheated on me. You ruined my best sweater.
Not the sweater, you bastard! The next day, Ricky and Jennifer are taking a nice little stroll and they bump into Chip. Of course, Chip. And Chip is being obnoxious
So, this is what you ended up with?
and goading Ricky, even informing Ricky that Jennifer and him did actually, how do I put this delicately? Chip is saying that he stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey. So Ricky does what any good boyfriend would do in a situation like this. He takes Chip, puts him down on the car that he was working on, hooks a car battery cable into his mouth, and cranks up the voltage. Yeah! But now Jennifer is upset at Ricky for killing obnoxious Chip.
Punish!
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ricky takes the antenna off of that sweet Mustang and... Punish! But apparently a cop showed up and saw the whole thing. Didn't do anything about it, but saw it.
Now, I don't want to have to hurt you.
Just takes his gun out and goes to arrest Ricky. And as he's doing this,
I know how to use this.
the cop should have been trained that's not how you hold a gun in the first place. Then a neighbor comes out grumbling about the noise outside.
What the hell's all that noise out there?
And now he's over it. And then, what fans of this movie have been waiting for. What has been named the best, worst acted scene in the history of cinema. Here you go.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Oh. Yes! Yes! Car. Then a car is driving down the street and he shoots at it, so it rolls over and... Cars really blow up way too easily in movies. This time a bunch of police show up.
Drop it!
And Ricky goes to kill himself, but it was only a 6-shooter. He's out of bullets. And they arrest Ricky. And then we cut back to Ricky in prison.
Sorry things worked out this way, Henry. You only wanted to help.
And apparently Ricky is able to just walk out of prison, despite all the security and everything, and the fact that he's unarmed. And later, the police detectives and his sister Mary determine that he's headed for Mother Superior.
Santa's back!
Oh, and it's Christmas Eve. He makes his way to Mother Superior's house and... the nun's address is 666. Irony.
Mother Superior! I've got a present for you!
She's in a wheelchair and her face is messed up. Death really is kind of a present, dude.
You are being very, very naughty!
Oh no, not naughty!
Naughty this!
And Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, even Chuck Norris, you've all been put to shame. Naughty this. The police finally show up at Mother Superior's with Sister Mary. Odd that they would bring her, because, you know, that just kind of puts her in danger, but she's there nonetheless. and she sees Mother Superior sitting in a chair.
Mother Superior, you all right?
All right. She's better than all right. She's done. I don't care if you get it. Ricky comes out and the cops shoot Ricky several times. And that neatly wraps up the story of Ricky and Billy Caldwell. At least until Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out. So there you have it. That's Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. The movie that most people consider the best one in the series. Personally, I think the first one was better. It had a better story. Second one had a good story. I just thought the first one took more time to build up their story. This one more just played off the first one. Not to mention the acting in the second one was a lot worse. Which is saying a lot. Let's face it, the acting in the first one wasn't that good either. But ultimately it was a very entertaining movie, a very good story, and a great Christmas classic. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Tell me if you think it's the best one, it's the worst one. Just comment Garbage Day for all I care.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
Love you guys.